Hello, welcome to session 1. I'm going to go ahead and go over some of the basics and the layouts of this session to help you understand and get you off to a great start. This is our PowerSchool Learning page. If you need a reminder of the dates and the topics, you will find that right here. In addition, here's our class welcome page. So if you have not already completed the class welcome, you can go ahead and watch that introduction video and go through that process. As stated in the welcome video, the workflow for this class will be you will come here to PowerSchool Learning in order to learn everything that we're teaching in that session about the tools. You will be doing the performance tasks within your own Google Drive, and then you will be submitting your evidence of the performance tasks within Google Classroom. Each session will open Friday at 8 a.m. and will close Saturday at midnight. That will give you 8 days to complete the activities. If you go to the session number in PowerSchool Learning, you will always see a video for the welcome. You will see the workflow just as a reminder, and you will see our agenda. For each session, you will begin in step 1 by learning about the different tools, and then you will do step 2, which is applying your learning, doing performance tasks. And then step 3, you will always check out by completing a Google form that's posted in Google Classroom. This allows us to keep track of your attendance in order to get your growth credit. In this session, you will be learning about the general overview of G Suite, Google Drive, Google Docs, and Google Slides. The Google slide deck for each of the Google tools is set up the same way. You will start by seeing your learning objectives. Then you will see a table that has hyperlinked out to resources you need in order to support your learning. You do not necessarily need to look at all of these resources, but you need to use them in order to be able to support your learning of this tool, which in this case is Google Slides. After you do your learning, you will go to the G Suite training site lesson. This is the name of the lesson right here. If you click here, it will take you to the training site. When you get to the training site, there are optional parts of the lesson to complete, and then there are required parts of the lesson to complete. Here I am in the training site. If you notice, there's a lot of information that you can learn, and it links out to different resources in case you see something here that you want to learn about and don't already know about. When you get to this box right here that says take time to jot, you do not need to complete this. What we do want you to complete is the lesson check, where you check for understanding on this specific tool. After you complete the G Suite training site, we will always have a slide that has some bonus learning activities that can challenge those of you who are maybe a little bit more advanced. And there will also be a slide that gives examples of how this tool can be used within the classroom. After you complete learning about the tools for this session, you're going to go ahead and proceed to the session 1 performance tasks. The important part here is to recognize that if there's something in here that is difficult for you to do, most likely there is a video, a resource, or a document in your learning slide deck that can support you in understanding and completing the performance task. This week you will have 6 performance tasks. Task number 1 will have the directions laid out for you pretty clearly. If you have questions though, don't hesitate to ask. One of the most important parts of doing the performance task is to be careful how the share settings are. Each time we may ask you to do a different type of share setting. In this case, it's going to be anyone with the link can view. Once you grab that shareable link, then you're going to go ahead and copy the link into Google Classroom Assignment Session 1, Task Number 1, Drive. Please make sure you either click Done or Submit when you have completed it in Google Classroom. Task number 2 is a Google Doc. And again, here are the instructions and the directions. Please make sure you note that this one is anyone with the link can comment. Task number 3 is another Google Doc task. Task number 4 is a Google Slides. Again, you will see that we have the Can Edit sharing setting right here. Task number 5 is a check for understanding. If you go to Google Classroom, you will complete a Google form that has questions to check for your understanding of these different Google tools that have been taught in session 1. And the last task is a Google form to check out in order to get credit for this session. Remember that all the performance tasks need to be completed by April 29th. This first week is a tough week because it's a lot to adjust to the layout and the flow. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. You will be moving constantly between PowerSchool Learning, Google Classroom, and your Google Drive. If you are unsure, make sure you send us an email or ask in Google Classroom because I'm sure other people will be having similar questions and we would love to answer and help support.